Hello Kitty Island Adventure is surprising, and I'll be candid, I wasn't expecting it to be. A game with this IP, this name, and this cutesy bubbly art style are all violently suggestive of this being an Animal Crossing clone. Yet that's not the whole story. Make no mistake, Animal Crossing is a primary influence, but it's not the only one, and it's Island Adventure's willingness to source from outside of its life sim mold that gives it a unique flair, and also helps it avoid apples-to-apples comparisons to its muses that probably wouldn't be flattering. But with a layered and vertical world, a straightforward yet satisfying progression system, and a comfortable island aesthetic, Hello Kitty Island Adventure is low-stakes, breezy fun, and well worth the month of Apple Arcade it demands. After making your custom Sanrio character, your first moments with the game are on a plane. The brief flight is both an opportunity to do some preliminary introductions to your future island mates, but an airborne kitchen mishap and need for an emergency landing is an early indicator for the kind of stuff that makes Island Adventure different from its peers. The secret ingredient is adventuring, an expectation you might have had from the game's name, but it was the extent to which Island Adventure took it that ended up being a pleasant surprise. It's far from the first game to let you loose into the world and discover treasures at your own leisure, but among the first I've played that couple that with a restocked daily clothing shop and an elaborate friendship system. The resulting blend plays out like a conventional life sim, but gives you something to do once all the once per day check-in stuff is exhausted. Walk around the island, touch base with each friend, give them a daily allotment of gifts, and see if the resulting increase in friendship is enough to unlock a new quest. If it is, you can partake in some classic adventure set piece, minecart racing up in the mountains, labyrinth escaping in a haunted mansion, or block puzzle solving in the ancient ruins. Otherwise, you can go with Plan B. Take advantage of that extendable Breath of the Wild stamina meter they give you and scale sheer cliffs. There's an almost Metroidvania-style progression to how the world exposes itself to you, except instead of the genre-requisite double jumps and doors, there's flippers and zip lines. I was excited when I unlocked the ability to swim and floored when I unlocked the ability to dive, exposing a vast underwater component to the island of near equal size to its mainland, and more villagers and houses beneath the waves. Because Hello Kitty Island Adventure is vertical as hell, from bottom to top. Get yourself high enough and you can make use of an indefinite ability to glide, and even find some more out-of-the-way secrets and unlockables. I'm like 90% sure I was sequence breaking at a few parts, but it's hard to tell in a game where sequence is so abstract. It's a fun twist, and in most instances, a welcome addition to the game, though that adventuring does occasionally find itself at odds with Island Adventure's other systems, both its primary loop and even its controls and the device you play it on. As much as the game seems to push you towards climbing and exploring odd places to find treasures, its environmental geometry is unprepared to meet that need. You'll get stuck in weird crevices constantly, for which the game has prepared the inelegant solution of fading to black and gently nudging you back to your last safe location. A small price to pay, but one you'll be paying more often than you expect, especially once you factor in the movement and precision inherent to three-dimensional control without a joystick. The glut of Mario-like red coin challenges around the island are a chore for the same reason. In a game that's not designed around platforming and movement, you kinda just walk at them in a straight line, resulting in some simple rewards, but a boredom that had me ignoring them more often than not. But the depth of any individual task in Island Adventure is less important than the meta systems they're feeding into. Though there may not be any singular standardized currency on the island, there is a very important economy, one of gift-giving and friendship. It's here where influences from Animal Crossing's mobile title are much more explicit, both in how they lay bare friendship into meters to be managed, but also in that they share an incentive for progressing those meters, courting new visitors to the island. You're not really here to decorate a little house for yourself, but to decorate multiple houses for the community. Visitors will have specific requirements that cover a spectrum from just needing a place to sit and a light, to demanding specific pieces of a particular style. Getting those pieces will have you crafting with all the materials you collect on your journey, but also via gift from your fellow villagers. The visitors have their own friendship levels too, and you can see how this starts to compound on itself. Friendship levels gets you materials, which gets you friendship levels, which also occasionally gives you story quests and more parts of the island. It's a satisfying progression system to take part in, and one that rewards efficiency and optimization. The daily gift limit is the primary inhibitor on your ability to unlock stuff, and it's why asking all of your neighbors what they know about their friends' tastes is one of the most important onboarding tasks. The more intimate the gift, the quicker you'll level with them and reap all the benefits those levels grant. Your mileage with Island Adventure and whether or not you're going to take it up as your primary residence or just a vacation home will depend on your willingness to engage with the game at that level. For better or worse, it's a game of meters and incremental gains, where the mechanical underpinnings of friendship are exposed in all their numerical glory. Compared to its peers, it's much more a game where the fun is prescribed to you and doled out via quest log. The focus on extrinsic rewards does sap some of the cutesy atmosphere and vacationing vibe, but replaces it with a different kind of escapism. The kind you get from crossing all the museum bug donations off your checklist. Hello Kitty Island Adventure's lofty and conflicting inspirations of life sim and open world adventure are occasionally an inelegant match, and never reach either genre's apex. But the resulting blend and its freedom of traversal give the game both a style all its own, and reasons to play outside of creative ambitions. Your exploration may frequently get you stuck in a cranny, but if you're a fan of this kind of game, you're probably used to spending a lot of time with nooks anyway.